Tuesday the 16th of January. I am going to show you what I eat today. I might also do a recipe for this afternoon, just something a bit different. So for breakfast this morning, I'll just turn you around and show you what I'm cooking. So it's nothing exciting, it's just some fried mushrooms. I've done quite a lot here because a little person said he doesn't want any, but when I come to eat mine, he will probably eat a lot. If he doesn't, I'll just save them and put them in my spaghetti bolognese later on I'm going to make. I've also got 5 eggs, again that's from me and Ralph. He loves scrambled eggs, so I'm going to make some of those, and I'm going to have mine with some plum tomatoes. So I've just had my breakfast, and the little man's just finished off his. So I am going to show you how I'm going to make my vegetarian chilli. Yeah, I've cut some of the vegetables up already, but I'll show you what ingredients I've got. So I've got 2 onions, just because they're not that big. So I've got 2 onions, 2 cloves of garlic. I've got 2 carrots, a pepper, any colour pepper. I'm just going to use a yellow because I've run out of red, which is what we would normally have. 2 sticks of celery, which I will slice lengthways and then chop again. I've got this Sainsbury's Sainsbury's vegetarian meat-free mince. Apparently it is vegan, so those of you who are vegan, and it's a pea choice, so you can actually have that on an SP day. I have decided to turn today into an SP day, which will be my first SP day, so here it goes. Also mushrooms. I'm going to use a handful of mushrooms, not all of those, it's quite a lot. And I'm going to add 2 packets of the chopped tomatoes, and I'm going to add black beans as well. So I'll drain those off and add those later. I'll probably add those at the end. Some tomato puree to make it sort of more tomatoey and less watery. A splash of Worcester sauce, a splash of balsamic vinegar. They're really nice. I follow Fopaholic, and she did what she was cooking, and she did corn mince and that, and it was like a bolognese. And now I make all my bologneses and chilies with these in it because it does make a difference. I have always used Worcester sauce in a bolognese, just a dash, but the balsamic vinegar really makes a difference. I will fry the onion off first of all with fry light. Now you can just use chili powder. I don't actually have any in. I need to get some, so I'm actually going to use a little bit of the taco flavouring. I've got a couple of these, so I'm going to try that with the taco, but I've got a little bit left of the chili con carne, so I'm going to add that with it. I have used just the chili con carne JD seasonings, and it's really nice. I don't really have enough there, although I might just put that in and see, because obviously the kids are going to have it as well, so it might I don't want it too hot for them. I can always add a few chili flakes on mine and Darren's later. So yeah, I'm just going to cook that off. So I've just fried off the onion and the garlic, and they are they turned soft. I've also added the mince. Now I wasn't going to use the whole packet. It's 500 grams that packet, but I thought, do you know what, I'm going to add the whole lot. This is really going to last us then for a couple of days, because I'm working tomorrow night, so I can save some of it for we can have that tomorrow, and over some jacket potatoes. So yeah, I'm just frying that off. I've added the Cajun spice, the JD Seasonings one, what I had left, so that I'm just coating that, and then I fry that off, and now I'm going to add the veggies. So I've added all the veggies, they are all in there. I'm now going to add excuse me, you're wobbling about. I'm trying to do this with one hand. So I've got to add the Worcester sauce. I use Sainsbury's. I have also used the Lidl one, which was actually Worcester sauce in the day. It's probably all made in the same factory. I don't know about the Lee and Perrins one, but they all taste the same to me anyway. So I literally add a good splash of that. I can always add more if once I've tasted it. Then I'm going to add a little bit of the balsamic vinegar, which is this one. This is again Sainsbury's. I've used different ones of those. They're quite nice. It is really a cheap one. I don't spend a lot. Some of them are quite expensive. I can't justify it. I don't have the funds to spend a fortune, so that one will do us. So yeah, I'm just going to cook that all round, and then I'm going to add the tomatoes. So I've just added the tomatoes. I've also added a couple of cups of water. I just filled up one of these packets, or you could one of the tins, sometimes I use the tins, and just filled it up with water and added that, and then I've added 2 large tablespoons, or 2 heaped tablespoons of tomato puree, just to really give that tomatoey taste. You could use passato in here because that does make things really tomatoey. I just use whatever I've got in the cupboard really, chopped tomatoes or passata. But I'm going to bring that to the boil and let that simmer for sort of a good sort of 20 minutes. And I'll just keep an eye on it. Just so I'm going to put the lid on it so the vegetables cook through. I think really next time I probably will, and I do normally do this sometimes, is just cook the veggies first, fry them off with a little bit of water, just to soften them, because obviously the Quorn mince, or the Sainsbury's mince in this case, doesn't need that long to cook through. But yeah, I'll let you know. I'll come back to you once that's cooked through and it's looking a bit more tomatoey there. I forgot to say I haven't added the black beans. I'm not actually going to add those until they're a little bit more cooked through, until all the veggies are soft. Otherwise these will go mushy. So I'm going to drain these off now, and then I will add these later. So I've just given the chilli a stir and checked the vegetables, and they are cooked through. The mince is all cooked through and everything. I've taken off the lid because the mince was sort of getting a bit too bulky. I've also added some taco seasoning. I haven't got any chili powder at the moment, so I've added half a tub of the JD Seasons taco along with the the chili con carne spice I'd left over. It just wasn't spicy enough. Usually it is, but I think because of the volume of food I've got in here, it wasn't enough, but it's fine now. So I've just used a little bit of that. I've still got some left there. There wasn't much in there anyway, so I had that, and it's much more spicier, but not too much for the kids. I've also added another tablespoon of the tomato puree. This one I've already added 2, but I added another one because it just needed a bit more tomatoey, and it's sort of cooking away now. And I've also added the black beans, so I'm going to let that cook for another sort of 5-10 minutes, and then I'll take it off the heat and then just leave it on the side, so that will infuse all the flavours and everything. And then by tea time tonight, that should all be lovely. I will serve Darren and the boys theirs with rice, and I will serve mine with cauliflower rice. With the cauliflower, I use fresh cauliflower, and I just whiz it up in the food processor, so it makes all little pieces, like rice-like pieces. And then I usually just get a pan and put some fry light in it and fry it off. You can steam in the microwave, you can also steam it on the hob. I just find that it's a little bit watery, and it hasn't got that sort of hard crunchy texture like rice has. So I'm going to do that, and I'm really looking forward to this tonight. I might actually serve the boys theirs with like tacos, the taco shells, just so that they something a bit different. But I'm looking forward to having an SP day. I'm quite excited. I've never done one. I tried, I failed. I'm really going to go for it today. So this vlog is really helping me try and stay on my SP day. I'm going to make some soup now. Ralph's watching actually I think he's actually watching TV. He's doing his train track. So I'm going to make some soup for me and him for lunch today, which will be SP. I will show you how I'm going to make it in a moment. So these are the ingredients for my soup. Literally there's 3 ingredients, well 4 I suppose. There's carrot and swede. I actually use a bag of this. You can obviously just use carrot and swede. I don't have time for this. This helps me stay on track. I have made it with just cutting up the swede. It's very time consuming, and if I had more time I would do that. That's obviously, it would be a cheaper option. This is actually a bag with 75p, which, you know, swede is usually about 50 to 70p, sometimes more, depends on where you shop. So actually it's not too bad. So that is what I'm going to have. So I will fry the onion first, add that, add usually about half a packet of this, just to get some greens in there, and then a vegetable stock cube, and that is it really. I just cook all of it, wait till everything this is all soft, especially the swede, because that takes a little bit longer, and then I blitz it with the hand blender, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's finished. But yeah, this is my quick, easy speedy vegetable soup, which I have pretty much lived off over the last couple of months, and the whole family like it as well. So yeah, I'll show you what it looks like, as I said. So whilst my soup is cooking, I've actually blitzed my cauliflower. So it's sort of got that, I did it in the food processor, so it's got that rice feel to it. I've made a massive, I've literally done the whole cauliflower, I don't know if you can see, but I've made a massive pot of it. So some of that will be for tonight's dinner, and some of it will be for tomorrow's dinner, and the rest will probably just have on salads, or I might make a soup later on and add it to that if I don't use it up in time. There are a few little big bits that didn't go through, and I've also used some of the leaves as well, because obviously there must be nutrients or something in them. So yeah, that's my cauliflower rice. I just fried that off with a little bit of fry light, and I'll have half a bowl will be my rice, of this will be my rice, and the other half will be the chilli. So that will be tonight's dinner. So this is my lunch. I'm actually going to have one of the Dairyly lighter triangles, which is part of my Healthy Extra A. I've actually just put that in there because I had two, which was going to be half my Healthy Extra A, and it's a little bit too much for both rolls. These are actually Sainsbury's, they're like mini rolls. I've taken a little bit of the dough, literally 5 grams worth, so it's 60 grams there of, so it's equivalent to like a wholemeal roll. And I've put in one of the Dairyly lighter spreadable triangles, and the other one I've just put in here. So I'm going to stir that around just for a change, just make it a little bit creamy, but to be honest with you, on its own it's really nice. And this will be my lunch. So there's lots and lots of speed in here, and I've got my Healthy Extra B and a half of my Healthy Extra A. So I've just had my lunch and it was yummy. Really recommend the little rolls, the two little wholemeal rolls. They add up to one sort of big 60 gram roll. I did take a little bit off because it was a couple of grams over, just because I really want to get into my stone wall this week now. So I had one of the Dairyly triangle lighters in both of those, spread between the two, and I added the Dairyly to the soup. It was okay. I probably didn't mix it as much as I should have done, but I could probably leave it out next time. It's fine, have it with something else later on. But that really did fill me up. So yeah, definitely recommend those rolls. I don't normally have those rolls. I was just ordering the normal rolls and Sainsbury's substituted them. So, but I will order those again. It just felt like you having more because it was 2 rolls rather than one big one. So yeah, I liked those. Also, I wanted to mention, thank you everyone who commented on my previous video to this, where there were some recommendations of different accounts, and so some of you have commented with ones that you follow, and thank you so much, because there's some really good ones on there, some that I hadn't actually followed previously. So I'm going to have a little catch up with those in a minute whilst I pack some orders. The little one's asleep, so I'm going to hopefully he'll sleep for another half hour. I don't want him to sleep too long, otherwise he doesn't go to bed till like really late. So I'm going to catch up with those, but I also wanted to mention, go and have a look at the big fella, that's Fella, does Slimming World. He's brilliant. I've watched him since last week. I've caught up with some of his videos, and I was recommended him. Oh no, I wasn't recommending him. He actually commented on my video, so I checked his channel out, and his videos are brilliant. But his latest one, which is the breakfast one, which is the top 5 of his breakfast ideas, is really great. Some really great ideas, but the way he's done it is brilliant. So go and check his channel out if you don't follow him already. But he has also got some other videos which are brilliant ideas there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go and do now. And then I've got school pick up in a couple of hours. What time is it now? It's 5 to 1. So yeah, school pick up in a couple of hours. And then hopefully an easy afternoon. I'm just gonna maybe do some reading with Sydney and cook their dinner. They'll probably have either the soup that I've just made, because I've got some left over, or they'll have the chilli with rice, and it's up to them what they have. I'll ask Sydney when he gets in and Ralph eats whatever he's given. So I'll ask them what they want, and then I'm actually going to go out for a run with the new running club that I joined. Unfortunately, the lady who takes the running club is really poorly, but they've set up a WhatsApp group, and I'm going to go. They've said let's all still meet up, so we're all going to meet up and just do just a short run, just a 5k, you know, just to get out really. So that would be quite good. So yes, I'm going to do that tonight, and then I'll have my dinner when I get home and sit down and chill out. I've got a self-assessment to do, but I keep putting it off, and it's got to be done by the end of the month. So anyone who does self-assessments will know how lovely they are and how time-consuming they can be. So I will be doing that probably later in the week. I'm going to set some time aside, but I'll come back to you later on and show you what I had for dinner, and to show you it with the rice, and anything else that I eat. I'm sure I've allocated 6 sins for a curly whirly. I think they're 6 or 5.5, possibly 6.5. I'm going to double check that on the app now. But yeah, I've allocated that for a curly whirly, so I might have it this afternoon, or I might really hold out and have that this evening after my dinner. Because I am actually now doing an SP day, I'm very motivated doing this video to do an SP day. So I know I have another healthy extra B. So I could have one of my maybe a hi-fi bar. I don't know if you can have I think you can have 2 hi-fi bars as one healthy extra on an SP day. I'll have to check that out. It might just be one, but I'll probably just have one anyway later on this afternoon with a pear or something. Depending on what I've got in my fruit bowl. You can see here, the kids, I literally bought 3 bags of easy peelers, and that was one that was left in there, so there's 3 bags already in there, and they've all gone, so I've had to get the last bag out. They eat them just as much as me, which is great, but when you want some speed food, they're quite easy to have. So I'm going to have some of the pears, and hopefully they've ripened up a bit. So yeah, have a good day. If there's any other recommendations of channels, please let me know. Also, if you have any questions you want me to answer, my top 5 accounts, or anything about me, my family, or anything to do with Slimming World, just pop them in. I'm going to do a Q&A because, as I said, I'm new to doing YouTube videos, and I thought I would just do like a little introduction, but also keeping it relevant to Slimming World. So yeah, just pop some comments in the box and I will let you know. Have a good day, and I'll show you my dinner after this video. Bye. So I'm just having a little afternoon snack, and I'm having the Hi-Fi Light, which is going to be the other healthy extra B on my SP day, and I'm having the Options Belgian chocolate, one of the little sachets, which is 2 sins. So here's tonight's dinner. I've got the cauliflower rice, which I've just fried in some Firelight. I like mine it's not crispy, but I like it quite crispy, so it's just as it starts to go brown. And the vegetarian chilli, which is packed full of lots of speed food. So I'm going to tuck into this tonight, and thank you for watching my video.